Hello, and welcome back to Last Stream, a World Unknown, where we have just entered the city of Theopolis for the first time. So let's start talking to all the people here and find out what's going on. Keep out of trouble while you're in Theopolis. We don't tolerate violence between the races here, so play nice. All the good things of the city are yours to enjoy. I think that's the only guy I talked to last time. Renowned orator. Orator. I say to those with cherished homes on any continent, be it hither or thither, that the truth shall not change to cater towards prejudice. Yet recognizing this, let my child join the humans of Necht, while they assert their power against whole of Firma. Lo, let him fight to protect all goblins from strife and persecution if he pleases. Whatever crime he may commit, no matter what choice he may make, he shall have me of his father, and I as a friend to him. Take from me my example of my love, abandon all fear of thy neighbor, and let there at last be peace. That was long-winded and confusing. City of Theopolis, capital of Orphos. Alright, so that's where we are. And let's start talking to all the people. Elven Registrant. Theopolis is a functional yet aesthetically unappealing city. I much prefer the Magistry of Alundria. Alrighty. I think I kind of agree with you based on what I've seen of it so far. Me clean the street so everyone can get what they want. Plus any street treasure is mine to keep, says the goblin street sweeper. Much more fun than trying to clean up after an army. They no leave behind treasure to pick up. I also like it when people leave behind treasures to pick up. Hey, it looks like it's a synthesis place. So I am curious just to see. Oh, no, this is just a buy stuff kind of place, it looks like. Is there another guy I can talk to where possibly... Hey, another sleeping bag. Where I can synthesize items. A list of items to be purchased from merchants in Westonia. Alright, and that's the usual... guy who will buy monster remains or store them away. Perhaps upstairs I will find what I'm looking for. But we'll check these shelves as usual. Here we go. That's the synthesis guy. But first, I see a chest with a huge magic potion. Hooray. Papers are just a collection of doodles with no important information. Fair enough. Do you have any recipes? I do. Do I want to use any of them? I don't remember if I've gained anything else recently. Savage Dagger, a dagger that increases attack power. I could make that. How much does it cost? 75,000 gold is a lot for something that I'm not sure that I would actually use, because I already have a pretty good weapon for my thief right now. And the giant armor increased maximum HP. Yeah, I don't know that there's any new things here that I could make that I couldn't make before. Since the last time I took a look. What is this place? Are you interested in learning some new skills? Ooh, tell me about this. Oh, just buying skill point orbs. Alright, fair enough. Good to know. And can I talk to any of these crazy orbs? They look really cool, even if they're just being used kind of as paperweights on the desk. But here is a rejuvenating elixir. Alright, thank you very much. The music in the city, I'm kind of so-so on it. And let's continue walking around kind of the very outside. I want to see if there's anything available up on the wall. Okay, nothing over here. So I'm going to kind of try to work my way kind of way in as I go around the city, because it seems like it'll be large. Frustrated Firebrand. What does the ruling council think it's going to accomplish by acting so slowly against the plight of humans on North Aldrin? I got word of friends about what happened at court in Rockwood, so I brought it to the council's attention. I'm still waiting for a reply. A small gesture of solidarity would mean so much to those poor people. Alright, let's see what's in this building. It is a native Ethiopian. You say you've traveled here all the way from Aldrin? Do you suppose people will rebuild a place like Rockwood as they would the capital if it were to be attacked? If it were... I need to go reread that. Yesterday I looked into the sky. For a blinding instant, I saw a number in the clouds. Oh boy. 04101980. Let me write that one down. 04101980. When I looked again, it was gone, but the number was burned into my memory. What does it mean? It probably means it'll be a code to unlock something later in the game, and it might be one of the developers' birthdays. Do you suppose people will rebuild a place like Rockwood as they would the capital if it were to be attacked? So basically, are the people of Rockwood as resilient as the people of the capital? Is that what he's asking? Seemed an awkward way to phrase it, in my opinion. Doesn't seem like there's anything else there. Can I walk around the outside here? It doesn't look like it. I see that there's like a chair up on the roof of this building, and so I wonder if there'll be a way to get up on top of this building as well. Young urbanite. I moved here with my daughter when I found out about Rockwood. I feel bad for the people there, but I have to look after my daughter first, and this is the safest place I can think of. Alright, fair enough. Discerning daughter. I've made some new friends since moving here with my mom. I don't think we'll be moving again after this. Where else could we go? You could go one step to the left so that I can get into... Ooh! There are multiple things inside that chest. That's pretty good. Hooray for that. There's the pathway up onto the kind of next floor of this building. And I seem to recall someone talking about like architectural style and like the buildings being built up. Satisfied citizen. Taxes are higher here than in the outlying villages, but you get what you pay for. Sturdy walls, stable politics, making Theopolis a welcome place to call home. The Mad King Argus, Volume 1. 20 years after the Great War, when all of Firma dearly sought peace, the terrors began under Argus's rule. I think we read a little bit about him in some other book at some point in the past. Alright, up onto this floor. I guess they're kind of just like stacked apartment buildings or whatever. Ecumenical Elf. I left the elven capital of Valundria to gain perspective on the harrowing challenges of our time. This human city, Theopolis, is full of inspiration for me. Given that humans came together to create this well-ordered city, I feel more confident that civil society will triumph over the anarchy of marching armies. Alright. That's a good outlook. Let's hope that you're right. What do we have over here? A refreshing elixir. Nothing in the chair. I'll go in that middle building in a moment. Sleeping bag. Can I get in here? Nope. Bitter resident. I had my trip to Westonia all planned, but those blasted elves had to ruin everything. I can't believe I won't be able to see the Westonian arena. Alright, and you'll recall that the elves have like closed the borders after news of the various attacks. But apparently there's a pass through the mountains that we might be able to sneak through still, was the implication that someone gave us in a previous episode. Council candidate. The existing leadership doesn't recognize the threats waiting beyond the city limits. I believe our way of life is worthy of being preserved, and we cannot risk it being overrun by an army amassing in our neighboring continent, North Aldrin. May it cost me the election, but I consider it my duty to direly warn the people of what's coming. Mad King Argus, Volume 2. Argus saw treason in even the most innocent of acts. Discussing the merits of elven intellectualism was treason. Speaking kindly of goblins was treason. Once mentioning Argus's own father was treason. Argus saw... Oh, that's the same thing. Alright. Found a magic potion in the cabinet. And a chest with an avalanche bomb. And a heavenly judgment bomb. Alright, very good. And there's even another floor up here. So we continue our ascent. Scattered papers are a schedule for and budget for a trip to a Westonia casino. Alright. Did you know that Westonia is home to a world-famous casino? I did. I talked to the high roller back at the dock in Necht, where I couldn't originally get a boat. I'd love to make the trip and try my luck, but a trip to Westonia is quite expensive, not to mention the border is closed. Alright, you have a chest with a medium cottage. Alright, terrific. Look at all the things we are getting, and tiny bits of information. Most of it's redundant with things that I've known. Council Doubter. I truly hope the interim council members can manage not to ruin the city while the ruling council is away in Westonia. You laugh, but it's happened before. Interesting. So during the Decadal World Council, things at home can go to pot because most of the main rulers are away. Interesting, interesting. And who's up here? Someone with a chest. Containing yet another refreshing elixir as well as a resurrection elixir. Terrific. Large SP orb. Confused. Theopolian. I think I've been calling them Theolopian, and it's Theopolis. So yeah, Theopolian. Oops. While reports have been coming in through North Bay of Rockwood's destruction, the reports are confusing. Some say it was a marauding group of goblins. Some claim it was humans, and others talk of a multi-race rabble involving elves and even dwarves. How can the reports be so confused? Surely someone must have better knowledge regarding the true culprit responsible for Rockwood's destruction. That is true. I'm not sure where the reliable source of news is if we don't have a chance to see it firsthand with our own eyes. And so far that has eluded us. There's like a red postbox here. I didn't notice that before. Cool. Can't interact with it though. And okay, I guess this is where the Tree of Life is going to be for this city. Ooh, there's like a military parade or something. Because the music has changed, I'm worried that there might be an event over there, and so before I go up there, in case something irrevocable happens, I prefer to explore this portion of the city first. Tom Jones is the groundskeeper. Theopolis looks super fancy thanks to humble workers like me. I don't like to toss around the word hero, but no one on the city council is as dedicated. How about city maintenance? There should be ceremonies to celebrate them. I mean me. Just me. Good job, Tom Jones. You're doing a great job. And you deserve everything you think you deserve. Oh wow, this is a big place. What does it say on your desk? A poorly written story about a beautiful princess. Superficial woman. How am I to get my elven beauty products when human merchants are prohibited from entering Westonia due to the border closing? I wonder if they would make an exception for such an important product. I see. Beauty products and their exorbitant prices? Alright. So we have some self-absorbed rich person living in this place. Oh, Volume 10. We skipped way ahead, but I think I'll go ahead and read it now. Having overthrown the heretical elven-influenced intellectuals and the godless military leaders, Argus instigated a wholesale slaughter of thousands of the religious faithful. He went on to define even more narrow edicts on proper religious conduct. Alright, but given that that was Volume 10, I'm going to try to work my way... Well... wonder if I should start on this end or this end? I'm not sure. Let's talk to you. Did you know the Mercenaries Guild has taken up residence in the eastern second floor apartment of this apartment complex? I did not. I have not gotten up there yet. But that is very useful information because if Virgil and the treasurer are there, I might have a reward to collect. It's amazing, men of such stature living right next door. It is amazing. I'm amazed. We will be there shortly. Here on the bottom floor, we have a troubled merchant. Can you believe the elves have closed the border just weeks before the Cattle World Council? Do they have an ulterior motive, or do they truly believe there's a threat connected to Rockwood's destruction? I definitely think there's a threat, because that was a very large town that just got destroyed in a short period of time. Volume 3. Argus's favorite pastime was torturing sober-minded elven anthropologists by alleviating them of their sight and forcing them to tell only fanciful oral history about Argus's valiant elimination of endless traitors. Wow. Alright, so Argus is quite the figure. Ruse powder. Serum. Okay, we're finding lots of stuff in these places. We like stuff and things. Kinesthetic learner. The teacher said I have good hand-eye coordination and that I do better if I can move around the room during lessons. I liked our field trip to the blacksmith best of all. Being able to experience every step in making arms and armor really helps the process make sense to me. Visual learner. Teacher says my essay had a lot of imagery. I use my words to paint a picture of what I see, so it's like the reader is there with me. Speaking of the reader, Volume 4. Many unfortunate humans and goblins perished in the terrified desperation within the cruel labyrinth under Theopolis Castle. There's a labyrinth under the castle. Argus's quest to project his self-hatred onto Firma knew no bounds. Okay, that's the same thing. Strict school teacher. I'm tough on my pupils because one day they will take the reins of power and face the scourge of war. Alright, fair enough. Alright, and what do we have down here? Volume 6. Internal records show that the elves contemplated an assassination of Argus, but elected instead to uphold the new World Council conventions against killing world leaders. The cost of the humans was heavy, but the elves were determined to prevent further inter-race wars. Interesting. So it sounds like the elves could have intervened just by killing the leader, but chose not to go that way. But then what did they do? That's Volume 9. Let's come back to it in just a moment, because I think Volume 7 or 8 are also going to be in here. There's Volume 8, so I guess this is Volume 7. Argus achieved his... Argus achieved his rule by presenting himself as a devout religious leader capable of returning Theopolis to the pre-Great War years. Secured a fiercely passive and illiterate wife, grew a mighty beard, and instigated a popular revolution based on a return to the idealized past. And finally, compelled a mass prayer session involving bureaucrats and militant elite. While all were bowed in prayer, his zealous hordes arose from among them with veiled daggers. Some of his followers perished, yet Argus's authority was now secure. Alright. So all about the hostile takeover. Distressed apprentice. With so many lives uprooted, how can the professor just spend his days tinkering away on baubles? A professor, you say? He chases foolish theoretical dreams when he could be crafting useful items to aid in our defense. If it's up to me again to modify the schematics of his creations so they'll function as the ruling council sought. I wonder what he's making. Is this the man in question? His glasses suggest yes. Strange professor. That apprentice of mine lacks vision. Here, take this refreshing elixir off my hands, would you? Alright, thanks. At least you aren't completely distracted by petty squabbles between humans and goblins, and might put it to good use. Irony. This page is covered with mathematical equations and symbols. You can't make any sense of it. Another potion, and some money. Alright, very nice. So there's a professor here. And let's see. I went up that side. If I go up this side, I guess over there on the right is where I expect to find the Merchant's Guild, but in this one, or Merchant's Guild, Mercenary Guild. Locked histories of the Mercenaries Guild. Alright, interesting. I like the look of this bed. Retired soldier. Retirement has treated me well all these years, but I can't refuse the ruling council's request to return to active service. Although mysterious in nature, the threat responsible for Rockwood's destruction is very real. Oh, Volume 11, there's even more. Summoned all the best scribes from every human enclave, interrogating them to ensure they were of the highest quality. Once satisfied he had the brightest in the land had been collected, he had them summarily slaughtered. Alright. And finally, I think we are going to meet some old friends over here. Apartment 23E. Volume 13. Immediately following Argus's purge of the learned, Argus gathered the second best group of scribes and ordered that volumes be written on the perfection of his life. Alright, so literally rewriting the history books. Or I guess, being the only one to, the victors write the history books, or however the saying goes. That is what he was up to. Okay. Ignatius, Mercenary Guild Master. Thank you for agreeing to help hunt these monsters. You'll be well rewarded now that the guild has begun to recover from the atrocity that struck Rockwood. Many thanks for defeating the Cyclops Spider. You've saved the surviving residents of Rockwood further grief. You have my respect for defeating the enraged nightmare. That foul entity will no longer strike fear into the hearts of those who venture into the northern reaches of North Aldrin. I'm impressed with your abilities. Not many members of the guild could have dispatched the gargantuan golem. Thank you. Those are the only 3 I've killed so far. And apparently I never talked to Ignatius in between to get any thanks from him. Virgil, would you like more information on the targets? Yes, because it's still the case that Psychopomp, I think. Yeah, the Banshee down there, who is on the southern continent near Necht, I still have not dispatched. Right. But I don't have a sense of exactly how that thing is going to attack me. Hardened mercenary. Several weeks after you left for Rockwood, battered refugees from Rockwood trickled into court. They told us of the devastation, and I felt compelled to learn whether Ignatius lived. When I arrived in Rockwood, I was told by the few remaining residents of the shantytown that Ignatius had left for Necht. Luckily, I found him before he sailed out. I see, and that's why we're here instead? You might be wondering what happened to the other mercenaries that helped defend Court. They decided their efforts would be better served staying in Court, just in case that marauding horde that sacked Rockwood came upon Court. Alright, fair enough. So I guess you are the money guy who's going to give me a reward? Constantine is his name. Could not remember it. The guild treasurer. Welcome back. Any luck in your hunting? Well done on defeating the gargantuan golem, and good luck on your next target. Here's a reward for defeating the target. Mercenary's cloak and a mercenary shield. Neat. I'm not using a shield right now. Am I able to equip a mercenary shield? I am. It would be less magic defense, but more normal defense. And it protects against critical strikes. Interesting. And the cloak protects against fire, ice, and thunder. And is kind of a straight upgrade, it looks like. That could be good. Do I want him to wear it? Or would I want, like, the Black Mage to wear it? I guess the Thief is up front, and if that's a straight-up upgrade, I think I probably will go ahead and put that on the Thief for now. And I don't know that I'll use the shield. And let's see. So it sounds like if we defeat Psychopomp, we'll get some more rewards here. So that's a reason to head back to places that we visited before. Because now I feel that I will be rewarded for them. I see, here is the Tree of Life. So I was correct that the other thing is something else. Kind of the center top exit of the city. And so out here, sure enough, there's a chest with a refreshing elixir. And I guess the Tree of Life is right here in the center. Yep. And aren't any people around here. Alright, fair enough. Still more to explore inside the city, so let's continue to walk around. This looks like a pretty little area. Young geologist. Have you visited the so-called Spiral Cave to the east? I have not. Legend says that it was once a dwarven hive of activity long before the Great Wars started. As far as I know, no one's actually fully mapped the place. The dwarves mined deep and created a gigantic warren of caves. I'd love to go and explore the various minerals and ores that still exist, but the place is so dangerous I can't afford the price of an escort. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. This just reminded me also, we're supposed to find, I think it's like a Dr. Abe, who has some aloe that we can bring back to the guy who was kind of like camped at the little place in the desert between here and there. Jimson, the Jolly Engineer. Great cities are born through precision planning. Theopolis is a grand example of careful civil engineering, don't you think? Here's Dr. Abe, the sweater wearer. Aloe? Yes, I have some. What's it to you? How about 10,000 gold? That'll give you plenty to fix up that sunburn. 10,000 gold sounds like a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and pay it because I want to find out what happens when we bring it to the person who wanted it, and I presume it'll be a special item. A few aloe leaves. Alright, so we'll be able to try to complete that quest. Scout, I've always been surprised this wonderful little Theopolis park isn't overrun with patrons, but it's their loss. I quite prefer it quiet anyway. Nothing to report regarding targets that Ignatius can't tell you. Alright, perhaps after we defeat Psychopomp, we could get some more targets on this continent. Army Goblin. Me wonder if human have gold inside them, but I no slice them open to find out. Mostly I find in their pocket. Alright. And there are some inner houses here, like the inn and the pub, that we have not yet visited. Inside the inn, there are cabinets, and there are people. Gambling addict. My husband's gonna kill me. I can't believe the unlucky streak I had at the Westonia Casino. started on the button matching machines and was up 55,000 tokens. From there, it was all downhill. I blew through the 55,000 tokens and exhausted all the 20,000 tokens I brought to the casino. It was our life savings, and I thought we could retire if I hit it big. Why didn't I stop when I was up? Indeed. I only just returned from exploring the northern tundra. During my travels, I unexpectedly stumbled across a cavern with guards who wouldn't allow me to pass. I questioned them about their employer and why they guarded that particular cave, but they remained steadfast and wouldn't divulge any information. Piqued my interest. As soon as I've recovered, I'll set out again to see if I can find a pass through the mountains to find out what they're guarding. Okay, so something strange to the north. Oh, a recipe for a ward shield. Tell me about the ward shield recipe. It takes a ruby shield. I don't have any ruby equipment yet. Alright, so we'll worry about that at some point in the distant future. Volcanologist. Volcanologist. I thought volcanologist has a U, even though volcano has an O, but maybe I'm wrong about how it's spelled. Most citizens have heard of Mount Agni, a giant volcano on a barren continent far to the southeast. It's much rarer that I meet someone who's aware of an unnamed secondary volcano on an island to the south of Ugbar. Interesting. Never had an opportunity to visit the volcanic island, but perhaps one day I'll find a ship captain willing to venture that way. Hungry. I see. This poor guy's out of money for food. Lend me 5,000 gold. That's a lot. Let's say no. You want a fellow souls starve? 5,000 gold is a lot of money. In this game, anyway. The problem with the citizens of Necht is that they are stereotyping goblins. Indeed, they've encountered a few bad apples, but that doesn't mean the whole lot is rotten. That is a general problem. Premature judgment colors all their experiences. If only they could meet the goblins that I've met over the past several years, I've become excellent friends with the goblin across the table. Let's go talk to him. Me hear about human in Necht. Me shocked. All human in Orpho so friendly. Me can't imagine meet human like those in Necht. I'm gonna kill those bugs. Which bugs? Want a drink? No thanks. Maybe she's been drinking. In cook, my famous grilled catfish is nearly ready. I'm lucky to have Theopolis Lake so nearby that we get fresh fish nearly every day. You recall we saw that and kind of had to go around it at the end of last episode to visit Theopolis here. And there's an innkeeper. I think I still have most of my magic points and things, so I don't really need to stay here, but I am curious to see how much it would cost. And so 5,000 gold. Okay. What do we find upstairs? More stuff to rob. Hooray! We're a thief, and we know how to be good at thieving. Alrighty. And more books to read? The Fire of 412 GW. Okay, so GW is different than FK or whatever it was, and I forgot. Was like the something of the king? I don't remember exactly. The worst fire that Theopolis has ever seen occurred 400 years after the Great War. Oh, GW is like after the Great War. Okay. Rumors say the fire started in the kitchen of the Theopolis and spread from there. Okay. Was completely destroyed in the blaze. Accompanying shops got lots of damage. 14 souls lost their lives. Changed the fire code. And since 498, another fire has never been seen. Alright, well that's great. Good fire codes are important. And large cottage, terrific. SP orbs, also outstanding. Grateful Goblin. Also likes being here as opposed to being anywhere near Necht. Alright, no huge surprise there. I think that's everything in here, and I think there might be one more building that we have yet to go in, but that might be it, and that would be the building that's right over here, which looks like it's an armor shop. Weapons and armor shop. And it looks like it's large. Can't tell if there's going to be a second story or not. What do you have for sale, good man? Sells all the emerald stuff. Alright, so we have an opportunity to get those things. And are you the armor guy? Sure enough. Yep, and we could buy more emerald stuff as well, but at this point... Oh, emerald gauntlets. What is the monk currently wearing? if the emerald gauntlets would be such an upgrade. Let's check that out really quick. Equipment on the monk. He has adamantium gauntlets, and we have emerald gauntlets available. Okay, I've not been optimizing my equipment very well here. So let's go ahead and put those on. And I'm just going to quickly look at the equipment. Okay, the staff she's basically never using, so it's not a big deal if she still has that. And I'm just making sure I don't see kind of adamantium and saint level stuff on any of my folks. But it seems like everything else has been sufficiently upgraded. And so that's good. Yeah, I've not been very careful with optimizing that or spending all of my skill points and different things. But at the normal difficulty level, like so far, things have not been too difficult. So I'm not too worried about it. I wanted to read whatever's here. Ledger of expenses and profits. All right. Okay, and so those were the two stories, the weapons shop and the armor shop. So it looks really big, but there wasn't all that much to see there. So there's one other place to go, which will be up to this area that had the different music. I'm going to go ahead and make a temporary save, just in case anything irrevocable happens. Castle guards don't really talk much. Let's try walking around the outside first, because this seems like the type of place that something might be hidden. I like these pretty flowers. Ooh, do we think it's just an ordinary well? I thought so. You recall that someone said there was a labyrinth underneath the city castle where Argus had, like, tortured people or something? I'm not going to send the ladder right now, because I want to finish exploring this place, but that sounds like it could be a place to go. Alright, and none of these guards say anything, it sounds like. Found another resurrection elixir, that's pretty great. I see that there is like a staircase on the roof. So if possible, once I get inside, I would want to try to climb and see if I can get a lookout from there. But in the meantime, we will discover a chest back here that has a refreshing elixir. Okay, great. And let's go inside the castle. Welcome to the castle, home to the ruling council. I see, we have the castle guard elite. What do we have over here? The armory. Tell me about your armory. I see, okay, you got a bunch of emerald stuff, and hey, look at this! Typhoon Bomb. I definitely enjoy having a thief in the party. When I played the original Last World, I did not have a thief, and so it was rare that I would steal things, because I didn't want to run into the guards. This is the castle armory. Look, but don't touch. These are some of the finest weapons you'll find in all of Firma. Alright. Does it tell us more about this? I see West Tower low level. Oh, there was a blue chest in there. I'm not supposed to touch, but I'm going to go back there and touch. But first we will talk to the disappointed traveler. I see. Someone else who's unhappy about the borders going down. Or going down. I guess going up. Walls going up, borders going down. Not sure the right phrasing. Arthur is remembered as perhaps the greatest warrior of the Great Wars, not only among humans, but amongst all the races. While he's remembered for his feats upon the battlefield, he was proud of exploration of the Tower of Pestilence. No other living being has entered and survived. I think we heard about the Tower of Pestilence elsewhere, but I don't remember right now. Just in case this guy is going to see me, since he's like standing in this room and like do something, I'll do this. Ooh, sapphire armor. Wow. I think yes, please. That is a huge upgrade. More magic damage, more defense, and more hit points. Awesome. Great. And the emerald armor, I guess no one else is going to be using armor because the monk doesn't wear armor and the mages won't. Okay, that was super useful. Glad we noticed the blue chest and that we have the capability of opening it. Alright, and so these are just signs telling me where I am, to help keep me oriented, I suppose. Oh my gosh, volume 82. A T account here, a bit of arithmetic there, says the bookkeeper. Better budget controls. I see. Maintaining an army is expensive. not to mention the civil services budget. Volume 77. Volume 78. Okay, it sounds like these are going to be lots of just like budgetary concerns and other kind of miscellany. Yeah, it's almost like a diary, and so I'm actually not going to read all of these because I don't think there's going to be anything interesting here. You're just a volunteer, the job's so stressful. Alright, how about you? Too many books. Yep, that's how I'm feeling in this room. I think this will take us out to the staircase that we saw on top. It does. Oh, and there's a chest up here. Oh, and there's more chests up there. Okay, more places to want to go. Oops. Especially if I can press the right buttons on the controller in order to get us going in the correct directions. Hey, and there's a guard out here. This castle is remarkable, isn't it? It is somewhat remarkable. Can you imagine being part of the ruling council and making your home here? Some people have all the luck. Well, it sounds like it's quite stressful. So, luck is maybe not the best description. Not that those clerks were part of the ruling council, but if the clerks have to do all that worrying about, you know, calculating the budget, imagine the people who have to make the decisions about how to spend the budget. Castle kitchen. Sounds delicious. Let's head over there. What you got cooking? You wouldn't believe how much food it takes to feed the entire castle. I keep asking for additional help, but the ruling council says it's not warranted at this point. Perhaps I can help. Can I do some dishes in here? Not by clicking the interact button. Alright, what's up here? Oh, wow. A huge storeroom. 10 high potions. Nice. And we got a goblin helper over there. Some more potions. Look at the treasure chest. I'm occasionally missing some of these shelves. Like, it doesn't matter if I don't get every last little thing, but so long as I'm walking through, I might as well try to get some. Theopolis Castle is amazing treasure trove. Boss let me touch all the treasure in this room. I put potion here, tonic there. This is a goblin dream job. They do like hoarding treasures, even if they don't care about personal property. Alright. Let's go upstairs on this side. More books. Hero, Volume 1 by Puck. The leader of my platoon was Varial, a leader, a vice-regent, and a man of uncommon character. Most memorably, he treated us with respect. Cut through the nonsense to teach us how to survive war. Took a sincere interest in our lives. Unfortunate reality of the military. Okay. Looks like you've been working on your writing. Humans seem happy here when they work nice together. A city has the leader to run things. Humans say they want to get along with Goblin everywhere. Me help train Goblin to help other human, hoping to improve race relation generally. Great. Didn't see Viril again to the end of his life. He lost his marriage, children, and possessions from war and divorce. He seemed broken, yet as before, I could not help. My friend, thank you for helping me. Oh, Dwarven emissary to Theopolis. If the city were underground, it would compare favorably to our district. It's too bad they have to fortify on such short notice. Only a Dwarven craftsman can ensure your walls will last for 1,000 generations. I'm sure humans will learn from us in time. Alright. The Elven emissary. If we contain our emotions, we're in good shape. Alright. Mad King Argus, Volume 22. You've got to be kidding me. Yep, 15 through 22. I'm not going to read them anymore. I mean, basically, we've learned about Argus. He was a cruel, awful ruler who killed all that opposed him. And an old man who's hard of hearing. Very interesting tidbits in them. Well, I've gotten bored of them, so... oh well. Oops. Hey, another chest. Great. Medium cottage. Terrific. Alright, we still have the center portion of the castle. And wow, it seems like... oops, I do want to talk to this guy because I haven't talked to him yet. Seems like the entire episode is going to be exploring Theopolis. Alright, we have a guard who is bored of his watching guard duty. I laughed at myself because I said duty. I am mature. Alright, let's steal this chest right in front of everybody important looking over here. Because that's what we do. Military General. Frustrated serving under civilian leadership. But I've lived long enough to witness the perils of unchecked military might. Yep, Argus was bad. Why do we need such a large military? We haven't been attacked in over 100 years. Have you visited the Tree of Life? I have. All the life trees are connected. I wonder if we'll be able to, like, warp between them at some point then. We have the council as opposed to a monarchy. Alright, great. There's some kind of, like, basement thing down here. What is this? The residents of the ruling council. But they're away at the Cattle Council in Westonia. Alright, let's read what they had to see. It's a diary that's written in code. Fascinating. What kind of books did they read? A treatise on monarchies. While certain races, such as the elves, may be able to handle the great power associated with monarchy, it's this author belief that humans are not well equipped for such a system of government. And the same thing. Alright. And what do we have over here? We have money. Great. Me likey the money. And here, nothing of interest. No human, no matter how virtuous, should be given absolute power with no balancing powers. Such a government will eventually lead to ruin. And over here, monarchies in particular, which pass absolute power through the bloodline, will eventually pass power to a weak, paranoid, or even malicious leader. Gotta be grateful that we elect our rulers. We must never forget how lucky we are. Alright. So that was in the downstairs. What's over on the left half over here? Have you visited Westonia? Not yet. The grandeur of Westonia has to be seen to be believed. Contradicting reports about what happened to Rockwood. Indeed. What we need is a reliable news organization. Down here we have the nurse. Old medical texts. Quarters guard. Alright, so we have guard quarters here. I guess these are little footlocker kind of chests, and so I might be able to interact with them, so we'll try to look at them all and see if they store anything. There's definitely a chest here with money. Terrific. And even deeper down, we have the prison guard. Alright. Ooh, and spooky music down here at the prison. Can I talk? There's a goblin in prison over here. Can I talk to him? Let out! Let out! No, keep me in here. Is he the only one? How we treat our prisoners reflects our deepest morals. Let there be no cruel or unusual punishment in Orphos. This place doesn't look very nice. Dejected prisoner. You steal a little gold and everyone gets so upset. I don't mind a few days in prison, but everyone knows there are rumors that the king's old labyrinth is haunted. When I try to sleep at night, I'm startled awake by these odd sounds. Why did I have to get the cell nearest the labyrinth stairs? I see. So is this another way down other than the well? It would appear so. Built in 23 GW after the Great War by Mad King Argus as a torture chamber for those he deemed treasonous. Alright, and then a reminder that many innocents died during the Reign of Terror. Do I want to go down here now? I guess let me do a save state and let me just try to, like, take a peek. If it's a labyrinth, I guess it's going to be elaborate. And yeah, it could take a while, and so maybe this is something we should explore next time, because I feel like I've been talking for a while. And was there anything else to do? There was still other things to do in the castle. So let's actually plan to do that next time. But before we finish today, I never got up on the roof of the castle where I saw 3 chests. And so I want to check that out, and then next time we'll try both that way down as well as the way down from... Did I talk to this guy? Yeah, ruling council. Okay, as well as the way down via the well that we saw out front. Are the words that were trying to come out of my mouth? You just P-orb. Mega Wall Tonic. Inferno Bombs. Terrific. Alright, and the ruling council are the final folks that we need to talk to. Enjoy the hospitality. I have been doing exactly that. And yes, this is just another way to come the same way, so that circles around. Just in case something happens at the ruling council, I'll also do a save state. This is the throne room. They're all away. And so are these just like the local leaders sitting in their place? Interim council member. Temporary post. Proud to represent. Alright, so we act in their stead. You have news that pertains to Rockwood's destruction. That information must reach the members of the World Council. Okay, once again, reminding us that there's a passage through the mountains. So basically, we've been implored to try to get to Westonia via the mountains to bring information that we have. Alright. But these are just the stand-in people. Alright, and so I think that is everything now in town. And so I'm going to park myself at the entrance to the labyrinth that's here inside the castle. And next time we will start by exploring that. And yeah, I really don't have a sense of how big it's going to be or scary, if we're going to run into monsters down there or what we're going to find. But we'll find out next time. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day. And I'll see you again soon with more Last Dream World Unknown. Bye-bye.